What's up, Jooba people? Welcome to the first checkpoint in the Open D Guitar Challenge. We're going to explore seeing the chords in Open D in a horizontal way. So seeing the chords as moving up and down the neck, not in one position, but really moving from the open position to the 12th fret. If you already know how to do that, do stick around because it's going to be value. There are some other things that I'm showing as I'm going on. All right, if you want to tune to Open D and you don't know how to tune to that yet, then download the Fender tuning app. I'm quickly going to show it to you here. And this is the coolest app ever for tuning to any tuning. It's the Fender tuning app. It looks like that little orange one. And what you can do is you can do auto tuner if you want, or you could go to the auto tuner and then just select there between, not chromatic, but go to the bottom and say Open D, and that's it. But just to give you an overview, 6th string is tuned to a D, all right? And then 5th string stays A, 4th string stays D, 3rd string goes down to a F sharp, and then 2nd string goes to an A, down to an A, and 1st string goes down to a D. So these 3 strings all have the same note. Now keep that in mind. So whatever you do on the one string, you can do on the other string. That's a very important info. So if you go, you can also do. Same thing with the 5th string and the 2nd string. So that's why playing in Open D is actually way easier than playing in standard tuning, because you just memorize 3 different movements across the neck, because you only have 3 different string tunings, right? You have a D, which is the 1 in the key, you have an A, which is the 5 in the key, and you have an F sharp, which is the 3. But I mean, these and these are all the same, okay? So that's very important. Now, the first step when playing in Open D is to see the chords horizontally. Now, you might think, oh, that's not a good place to start because that's not beginner friendly. Actually, it is. It's way easier to see and to understand music in a line than to understand it like in a position like this. It gets really confusing very quickly. All right, so how do you play the chords? Now, the first step and the only thing we're doing in this checkpoint is doing the chords, all right? So this is what the chords are gonna look like. Now, just take a while to look at that, and I'm gonna play as you look through that. So 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, 7. You can see how the 7 leads back into the 1. Let's go back. 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll just write the fret numbers here as well so you can get that. That's 5th fret, that's 9th fret, that's 12th. Okay, so I only used 2 different notes, okay? And this is the 1 and the 10, but you don't need to understand that. You just can just say, okay, that's how you play the 2 chord. So you play the 3 chord, 4 chord. This chord can also be called the 1/3 chord. And we'll get into the theory a little bit later in this challenge, but this is 1 chord, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you see your 1 chord and 4 chord have the same shape. 5 chord, same shape as 4. Back to 1. So those are your 3 major chords. Your 1 chord, 5, 4. Your minor chords have this shape. 6, and your 7th chord. 5/7. And we can think of this as an A over C sharp going back to D. Now you saw on the 5th string, I did say you can also mute or play as same as the 6th string. Okay, so you can either choose, what I did now in the example is I muted this string, or you could play the same note as you do on the 6th string. And this will give you this sound. It's a bit, you can think of it as more of E minor, okay? More of F sharp. More of G. Because you're not muting any strings now. B minor. Just keep in mind that last one, you have a little bit of funky business there. We'll get into the theory later in the course, okay? Very, very beautiful. All right, next thing you can do with these chords to juicen them up a bit more is you can add the high D string, because if you're playing it on this string, it's the same string. All right, so you could do this, you could go. So what I just did there with that, I vamped, I took these notes here and I just played the chords on the high strings and kept the bass the same, right? So I just went, I put E minor, F sharp, G, A, B minor, 7, 1. So, that is just a beautiful trick that you could do, and you can do that with any of the notes. If you look at the next diagram, I just colored it in a bit more, and here you could go or the basic idea of this week's lesson is to look at the chords and to see them as being 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Okay, and to create something with this. So I want you to do, in this submission video that you're submitting for this week, use all the chords, all right? Create 1 or 2 chord progressions. It can be with a picking pattern, strumming pattern, doesn't matter. It can be with a capo, anything, where you use all the chords, all right? The 3 chord, the 4, the 2, and anything, all right? No creative, funky, and non-diatonic chords. Oh, that's beautiful. Can't wait for the non-diatonic chord section. It's going to be amazing. But for this week, stick with the key, 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, all of those, and make a chord progression. Cheers. Have a nice day. See you in 5 days again for checkpoint number 2.